You have just spent an hour negotiating a tricky compromise with a stakeholder. You finally reach an understanding and end with a firm handshake. 2 weeks later, that same stakeholder backtracks. They look you in the eye and claim they never agreed to those specific terms. You fell into the handshake trap. A verbal agreement is a passive commitment, and passive agreements often evaporate the moment everyone leaves the room. That brings us to the final pillar of our SAMVAD framework, drive. To lock in a mutual commitment so it stays firm, you need to deploy the agreement protocol. This is a method that turns fleeting verbal nods into durable, documented agreements. Achieving decisive influence requires securing active commitments that are difficult to ignore. For an agreement to hold weight long-term, it requires a physical, effortful step at the exact moment the decision is made. The Amway Corporation discovered this decades ago. They required their personnel to physically write their goals down, finding that the act of writing creates a tangible record that makes it difficult for the brain to deny the choice later. By combining the physical act of typing with immediate public visibility, you anchor the agreement before the stakeholder even steps out of the room. Now, imagine it is a month later. The project is experiencing friction, and old habits are starting to creep back into the team's workflow. To ensure the commitment survives this friction, you can use a tool called the Reminder Regenerator. A Los Angeles study tracked doctors over-prescribing antibiotics. Researchers had them sign a pledge and placed posters of these letters in exam rooms. Daily visual exposure to this public commitment caused inappropriate prescriptions to plummet by 27%, aligning actions with their stand. You can apply this exact science to your team. When people start slipping, do not reprimand them. Instead, open your weekly team meeting by displaying a screenshot of that original Slack summary on the first slide. This simple visual reminder regenerates the commitment. It helps correct the behavior without the need for a confrontational conversation. Making an agreement effortful and keeping it visible over time can shift how a person views themselves in relation to the project. They may begin to view themselves as collaborators who honor their word, rather than employees simply following a directive. When this happens, commitments begin to grow their own legs. Stakeholders often generate their own internal justifications to sustain the agreement over the long haul. This protocol builds a self-correcting culture where agreements hold firm, allowing you to step back from the cycle of constant oversight and manual reminders. By mastering the drive pillar, you have completed the foundational SAMVAD loop. Starting in the next video, we enter Phase 3, Application. We will take this entire engine and apply it to your most difficult career moments, starting with pitching to leadership. I'll see you there.